Alright, the update finished, and something happened while I was gone, and apparently I missed a match somehow. Yeah, I don't know I don't know what happened. Also, what happened to the UI? The only button I was able to press is play. Oh, I'm being forced to cast a creature spell. This tutorial sucks now. Yep.
You're going to have to fight your way out of here.
Okay, I've seen enough. I wonder if these are any good. I'm sure they're fine. For starter decks. Oh. And they're showing me the rares inside. Cool. And what else is here? Competitive constructed, competitive draft of M19. Okay, we're gonna do that today. It looks like I completely missed Singleton. Sad for me. Well, with that said, let's get to some drafting. This is cool. I like this. This looks nice. Did the prizes change? No. Anyway, let's get to it. Oh. There we go. Till the end of turn, your opponent and creatures your opponent control with hexproof can be the targets of spells and abilities you control as though they didn't have hexproof. That's cool. It's a cool little utility land. I believe this already existed with another name. Bone to Ash. 4 mana counter target creature spell, draw a card. This is pretty cool. This is pretty awesome removal. Not only do you say no to their thing, but you also get to draw a card. So this is a bit of a 2-for-1. You draw a card and you stop a thing. So this is really, really powerful. Enigma Drake's power is equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard. It's a 0-4 flyer. That's pretty strong. Early game, or early picks, I would prioritize removal and really just blatantly powerful cards before your creatures. Get those insanely powerful looking cards first. Those are called bombs. Then second priority is removal. And after that, you can start focusing on evasive creatures like Enigma Drake. Okay. Draconic Disciple, add 1 mana any color to your mana pool. And it's got a late game upside of creating a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. That's pretty cool too. This is nice. Deals 1 damage to any target creature. It might actually kill something on turn when you play it on turn 4 or 3. If you're lucky enough to play something like a Land of Worlds first. This guy is cool. What else is here? Omen Speaker. That's about it. Best thing in the pack would be Bone to Ash, really. You gain 1 life. Target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. It's guaranteed to be -1/-1. It can be a combat trick. It can be a pretty decent combat trick. -1/-1 isn't too bad as a combat trick. If you have some other way to gain life, this gets better as a combat trick, or just an outright kill spell with some lifelink creatures. This is pretty useful, but this is a bit of a late game pick, not an early game pick. It's not decent removal because it's unreliable. So we're going to pass on Nightmare's Thirst for now. Dryad Greenseeker. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. I like that a lot. That is way better than the equivalent from Dominaria that said you can just play an extra land this turn, or put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. Often you just didn't have a land to use with that guy, but this one lets you look at the top card of your library. That's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. So this is draw power. All depends on what's on the top of your library. So this is draw power. Make no mistake about it. This is really awesome. I like this card a lot. It's not going to play the land for you, which would be awesome, but it is going to draw you a land every now and again, which is nice. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained life this turn, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. This is cool. 5 mana for a 2/4 flying. It's not terrible. 4 toughness on a 5 mana flyer is pretty cool. It can block. This card would be amazing if it had vigilance. just being able to attack and block for you, and gives you some upside in case you have a decent amount of life gain creatures, or a card like even Nightmare Stirs makes this cool. It's definitely, these two cards are awesome in sealed, when straight out the gate you know what you have available to build with, but for draft they're just a bit too situational to be picking early game, so I would avoid these two right now until we have a more solid strategy in mind. For now, let's just stick to the stuff that's clearly good, really, no matter what direction we're going. Also, there were 15 cards in this pack. I just noticed there's an island here. They now have 15 cards in the pack, and maybe that's a new change. Dwarven Priest. When Dwarven Priest enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. It's not really doing much. It's not pushing you closer to victory. It's just a guy that shows up and gains you some life. Gearsmith Prodigy gets +1/+0 as long as you control an artifact. So it's a 2/2 if you control an artifact. It's a 2/2 for 1. That's cool. Creatures your opponent control get -2/-0. Draw a card. Combat trick. And it replaces itself. So that's not bad at all. It's a pretty strong combat trick. 4 mana 3/2 flyer. Not bad. Just decent stats considering that it has flying. 3 power fly air for 4 is pretty strong. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Underwhelming, but not bad. This thing, it's something to do when you don't have anything else to do with your mana. I can see that life gain is apparently a legitimate mechanic in limited, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that going forward. This pack does contain a lot of black-white life gain, and by a lot I mean 4 things. We'll see what the other packs look like. 3 mana 3/2 with flash. That's cool. The ability to play it at instant speed to maybe trade up in a combat situation is pretty cool. This could trade with their 4/3 for 4 or something like that. So I like this card a lot. And it's splashable, just only 1 black mana symbol. Alright, so there's no... Oh, wait. Deals 4 damage to target creature. That's solid. That is solid. 4 mana, kill something. We're gonna go with that for now. Other elves you control get +1/+1. Search your library for a card named Elvish Clan Caller. Put it onto the battlefield and shuffle your library. Okay, that's cool. A bit of a build around. It's not unsplashable. It's just 2 green. That's not too bad. The fact that it has such a powerful mana sink is also really nice. Just being able to pull out another Elvish Lord. The issue here is that it's a rare. Slim chance we'll be getting more of these. Having just a 1 though in an Elves deck is nice, but this isn't a very powerful card. It's a great development play. It's a great card you want to play it early game, but it's also easily killable early game. I mean, 1/1 dies to almost anything. 1/1 with no protection whatsoever. If you're losing, this card's not doing anything for you, and on a stalled board it's probably not doing much for you either. I mean, that search ability could potentially put you over the top, I guess, but yeah, it's not that great. This is an awesome development play, but it's not removal. It's not a truly high pick early game over a decent removal spell. It's not a bomb. Don't mistake it for a bomb. It's got no evasion. It's an assistive card. It's a bit of a trap. I mean, you see this and you think, oh, I can just build around this. No, don't pick something like this early game. There's no guarantee you'll get a bunch of decent elves. I haven't been seeing many elves, quite frankly. There's none here right now, except her. And we'll see how it looks in the next pack. Diagraph Ghoul enters the battlefield tapped. Great turn 1 play. Play this on turn 1 and you have a 2/2 next turn. This card is awesome. That's about all it has going for you. It's complete garbage in every other situation. This spell can't be countered. Lightning Mare can't be blocked by blue creatures. A terrible version of Fire Breathing. It's a 2 mana 3/1. Those stats aren't amazing. This card isn't bad, but it's just not a high pick for me. It's a cool card. This card, Rustwig Falcon, that is a straight upgrade to an older creature in the game. That 1 toughness. There's a 1 mana 1/1 flyer in white that's been in past core sets. This is a strict upgrade. It's amazing, really. This is also a strict upgrade to Stormcrow. This card is just wow. Anyway, what else is here? Okay, enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Discard 2 cards. Not much else. Create a 1/1 red goblin creature token, so you get 2 1/1s for 2. Cool. Sacrifice Catalyst Elemental, add double red. Okay. So not much happening here. Plummet is here, I guess. Plummet is 100% a legitimate kill spell. But flying is the most common form of evasion, and evasion are high picks, so main deck Plummet is not that bad. I'm gonna go with Plummet for now. And we're in 3 colors. We gotta buckle down. So we got 4 blue cards in here. Turn target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. These aren't very high pick blue cards, but they are blue, which says something. We also have 3 green cards, and much less white and red. I'm sorry, white and black, no red. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That creature is a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. So reanimate. Cool. And it's from a graveyard, not just your graveyard. So it's extra cool. You may have mirror image enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature you control. It has to be a creature I control. So this card's ability is really only good if I have another good creature already. Probably the worst thing I can draw on an empty board. Would be great if it could copy my opponent's creature, but it does not. I don't really want this in my hand early game. I mean, how many good cards am I going to have early game? Good creatures on the board. This card it requires too much to go right. Surge Mirror can't be blocked. Cool and sealed. Cool and sealed when you know what you'll have straight from the get-go. And I'm sure you can do some cool combo things with this in Commander or Casual, but not a great early limited pick. Surge Mirror can't be blocked by green creatures. Whenever Surge Mirror deals combat damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Okay, that's cool. This isn't bad. This actually isn't bad at all. We have no creatures at the moment, so I'm going to go with Surge Mirror, and I think we're probably going to shove ourselves in blue. Okay, here's the red that we weren't seeing before. We have a 3/3 for 4 with haste here. Something definitely to consider. Cinder Barons doesn't mean much. Another Oaken form. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets Druid of the Horns, create a 3/3 green creature token. Cool. This can get out of hand and really powerful, but also just makes a clear lightning rod once you stack a couple of auras onto him. But it's not that bad of a downside if they, Doomblade it or something, because you still got the 3/3, okay? And you just need to cast the aura spell. It doesn't even have to actually land on Druid of Thorns. This card's cool, and it's got a pretty cool upside. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. Okay, so if I see another one of those, I might consider milling. This card tempts me. I mean, whenever you draw a card, I do that every turn. See, here's the thing. I like Druid of the Horns a lot, and I'm seeing these Oaken forms get passed around, but will they continue to get passed around? I should probably just get the enchantments first before I really consider Druid of Horns. I'm gonna go with Psychic Corrosion. Maybe. It's a pretty neat spell. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. That's cool. But now we're in too many colors if I really pick this. 1/3 with lifelink. Cool. You gain 3 life and draw a card. Cool. Frilled Sea Serpent can't be blocked this turn. Super cool. This guy again. I like that art. Gearsmith Guardian gets +2/+0 as long as you control a blue creature. If I'm probably playing blue, this is pretty big dude with evasion. Let's go with the evasion. Scholar of Stars enters the battlefield. If you control an artifact, draw a card. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. There's Thornhide Wolves, and there's this guy. I'm not committed to any second color just yet, though I would like to get some use out of that Plummet, and Thornhide Wolves is fine. So we're gonna go with the Wolves. Doesn't mean we're committed to green. So I see another Bone to Ash here. I'm gonna take it. Definitely playing blue. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. Return this from your graveyard to your hand. That is cool. Especially if I can get that that guy again. You know the guy. The guy that makes 3/3s. But this is a pretty cool combat trick. Trample is always useful. And here we don't really have much. This is competitive, so Naturalize is a legitimate sideboard card. Let's not leave our colors for anything not so impressive. So we're gonna put Electrify in the sideboard. Sticking to 2 colors is likely just the way to go. This Catalyst Elementals has its uses in case we do splash red. Creatures your opponent control get -2/-0. How many Naturalizers do we really need? I'll go with the Uncomfortable Chill. Oaken Form. Dies, you gain 2 life. That's not. Fire Elemental. Sure. Maybe. Alright. Not that powerful of a card. Counter on an artifact you control whenever you control no permanents with not splashable at all. That triple black, it's to put off. Target player loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. Cool. Enter the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It has flying, that's cool. Enter the battlefield, return target creature and opponent controls to its owner's hand. I like this card a lot. It's a nice what's it called? Tempo play. There's no outright kill spell here in my colors, or anything that tempts me to leave my colors. I mean, Fiery Finish is cool, but I like Exclusion Mage a lot. Desecrated Tomb. Whenever one or more creature cards leaves your battlefield, whenever one or more creature cards leaves your graveyard, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. That's cool. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Doesn't help you on defense, does help you on offense. That's cool. Omen Speaker. Omen Speaker looks like a good pick here. Duress would be nice if we were in those colors. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. This is a kill spell. It's a good kill spell too. Not in my colors. Do we really want to splash black? Here we have a solid 3-drop creature in our colors. We have nothing except Psychic Corrosion, I guess, that we want to play on turn 3. This we want to play when it's optimal. It might be turn 4 that we want to bounce something back to our opponent's hand. So it's between Omen Speaker and Centaur Cursor. What do we have on turn 2? There's our Lana Worlds, I guess. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. That's legitimate. If we really want to go for mill. Creatures you control gain trample until end of turn. Draw a card. So Druid of the Cowl is great. Doom Dissenter is cool. Millstones will be passed, so it's not a high pick for me right now. I think I'm going to go to Druid of the Cowl. Woodland Stream. Woodland Stream is a legitimate pick here. Aether Tunnel. Can't pass up cancel. Salvager of Secrets. When Salvager of Secret enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. That could be pretty good for us. Get an extra use out of one of our counter spells. Enchanted creature gets -6/-0. When enchanted creature blocks, destroy it. That's a kill spell. You put this on their good creature, whatever they were using to punch you, and that thing is now essentially dead when they attempt to block with it, because that's all it's good for. I'll take this. Nothing here really. I guess the wall? 0/3 is not that big. But I mean, I have nothing else to do turn 1, and this is a bit of a control-y mill deck. at the moment, with potential upside to win with Frilled Sea Serpent, I guess. What are we doing here? I'm not sure yet. After a while, well, it has reach too. So it stops their small flyers. That's pretty decent. You may go for the... Yeah, let's go for the wall. Stops their small dudes early game, stops their flyers that just aren't big enough. Susceptible to combat trick, but if they're using a combat trick to get over it, we're not going to feel too bad. Wall of Mist. An even bigger wall. These plummets are really just tabling. Fire Elemental. Let's go with Reliquary Tower. Why not? So we got Mind Stone again. Or sorry, Millstone, I should say. We'll take the Frilled Sea Serpent. Take the Ghost Swarm. So we got another Bone Tash. Draw cards equal to the highest converted mana cost among artifacts you control. Right now, my biggest artifact just costs 2 mana, so that's not that powerful. Dwindle. Gotta go with Dwindle here. Omniscience. I want this card in real life. Another Dwindle. Yeah, I'll take it. Whenever this creature dies, draw a card. So nothing in here really for me. Pick the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, put the rest onto the bottom of your library in any order. I'll anticipate. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Avenwind Mage gets +1/+1 until end of turn. This is Windrake with upside, and I don't really see anything better here. I like Mind Rot, especially that new art. That new art is awesome. And Mind Rot's not in my colors, so we're gonna go with the Windrake with upside. Okay, Spider looks good. Probably not gonna run the Gearsmith Prodigy. So 1 mana 1/2. That does nothing else for me. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. I think the best, most reliable card was just Giant Spider. We'll take it. Evasion is a problem we have to worry about. Oh, hey, another one. Okay, so I'm glad I'm in blue. It's pretty amazing to be past those things right now at this point in the game. Yeah, I haven't been looking at the spoilers for the set much, in case you're wondering. There's nothing here for me. Nothing at all. We have 2 of those free Frilled Sea Serpents already. We'll just get another Plummet for the sideboard. Enters the battlefield, draw a card, maybe? Tolarian Scholar, maybe? Though we do have a lot in the 3 mana range already, I'm gonna probably need to take something out of that range. So there's nothing here for me. Just take the island. We need land. Do I ever really need more than 1? Will I ever sideboard in more than 1? You never know. Wow, there are a lot of those. Alright, so now we'll just put the deck together and it's done. I am tired of getting mana screwed. It's the worst feeling in the world. But 17 is the sweet spot. Though the sweet spot just doesn't seem to always work out for me. The only downside about this land configuration is I think they may be underestimating just how many forests I need. I can fix that myself though. The mill looks unreliable, quite frankly. I only have 2 cards that mill. Maybe if I had 2 Psychic Corrosions, definitely. But just 1, yeah. Yeah, we'll drop it. Put that in, and another forest. We have 18 land. 18! Don't mess with me on this game. There's no way I'm getting mana screwed. Anyway, thank you for joining me for deck construction. I haven't uploaded anything in a while. I've been back and forth. I recorded a lot of video, and I started editing a lot of different things, and I tried experimenting, and eventually I was just never happy with the result, because I said in the last video's description that I wanted to take the time to really improve, take the time to get to know what I can do in the video editor, and the more I got pushed back, the more I felt I needed to do even more, improve the videos even further. So I had to figure out, okay, what can I do now? I don't know, I was just overthinking a lot. So I've decided I'm just gonna keep it simple. Just try to keep the videos informative, make sure there's not a lot of pauses and stagnation like what I've been doing. And I'm just gonna try to not upload. I probably won't be able to upload every day, but I definitely need to upload multiple times a week going forward. Anyway, so that's it. Just some frustration, confusion, overambition, along with limited skills. Going forward, I'm just going to improve as I go. I'm not trying to become an all-star at this overnight. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one.